You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence, only those that are able to help out with the message, please help out. And then when you are done, you're not earthbound. You can go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate messages for the Gemini tribe members. Whatever they need to hear in general about August 2026. Please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or the collective negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. I hope everybody's going to have a good day today. I just woke up a few hours ago. I gave myself, an updated haircut, and then I was trying to do like a more fancy design, but I just did the lines because I don't have any razors. But I feel good. I mean, I gave myself a haircut. I cleaned my skin with the charcoal cleanser that I like to put on my face. And I took a shower, so I feel really nice. And also, last night I did wipe down my bookshelf, and I'm just trying to get things more organized. And also, it's 5:30 a.m. right now, so if you see the video get lighter as I speak, it's because it's very early in the morning. That being said, I don't think I'm going to put my amber filter on this video. But at the bottom of Sacred Symbols and Oracles, what we have right now is Stormy. So that card usually makes me feel like Dark Night of the Soul energy, long-term or short-term. It just represents a trial, but I don't know if this is something that happened in the past or if this is going to represent something that you're going to overcome, because I do feel like things are optimistic. And, life is a combination of good and bad, and I never want to have like a toxically positive tarot reading. But at the same time, I do always manifest the best outcomes for people. So I just always try to, send my blessing or send my positive energy towards whoever the videos reach. But we have fire, which is Aries, Leo, Sag energy. Fire also talks about passion. This is definitely probably like a fire horse year message. We have friendship with this Native American symbol that represents ending strife or trying to keep the peace with someone. And we are in Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So that means Cancer is a nurturing zodiac sign. We rule 4th house in astrology. So you might be feeling extra sentimental during this time, extra protective with your loved ones, but also people from your past could be feeling that way about you. I'm just going to go ahead and say right away, because I only showed you 2 cards so far. I feel like this reading is going to talk about past lovers for some people, and it might also talk about past friends whose energy might resurface right now. And actually, I literally just saw the cards and I forgot that this was here. Right when I said past stuff, past life and friendship, yeah, that's someone from your past. And right when I was talking about my bookshelf, this one came out, knowledge. So fire, friendship, past life, knowledge. I feel like some of you could be going to school, or maybe even you're just picking up some hobby, or you recently learned about something and you're very passionate about it. And I feel like because of that, like you've gone through some sort of glow up education wise, I feel, or maybe just like your spiritual gifts have been heightened. But I feel like because of that, people see that fire in you, and that's making you very attractive. So it's kind of giving me the energy like maybe these people who come out in the reading, they knew you, they're more acquainted with your past self, and I feel like in the past you weren't as healed as you are right now. The cards are confirming, because I just keep grabbing it and it's showing me the same thing over and over again, but or a continuous story. So people are stuck on a past version of you. Maybe these people, they thought about you, they're checking your social media, 444 on the timer, and what they're seeing is that you're going through some sort of glow up. So you could have always been a person that people felt attracted to energy wise, but there's something about what you know now that's very attractive. For some of you, I feel like you could be a tarot reader, or you have a social media following, or you're doing something online. That's why so many people are watching you right now. Most people watch horoscopes for their sun sign, which isn't only the month that they were born, but also the time bracket. And usually the time brackets for each sign is like from the 20th of one month to the 20th of the next month, or the 21st, something like that. But I know basically once you get to the 22nd of every month, no matter how many days are in it, that's when we switch over to another season. So that being said, there are a lot of people who are like, oh, I'm a Scorpio. And it's like, no, you're actually a Libra, because it's not just about the month, it's about the bracket too. But I feel like this reading, it might resonate with people who have Gemini as their sun sign, obviously. Cancers are in June too. So basically May 21st or 22nd to June 21st or 22nd, sun sign. But also, like, maybe in your Venus or your Mercury or something like that, you could have Gemini in those placements. I don't know, Gemini North Node. We're probably going to use astro alignment, so it will show there. Okay, so I usually like to get 7 or 8 cards from physical features, but sometimes more come out. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like there are a lot that want to come out for this one. And that usually happens when you're dealing with a group of people. I think there's a group of people from someone's past that are looking at them and putting them up on a pedestal right now. This could have been people who were bullying you in the past. Okay. So these are the most prevalent physical features, but there are other ways that you can tell this is your reading. This isn't just everybody that's ever going to watch this video, because I cater to a huge diverse group of people. But we have Asian here. We have braids. Someone could have purple hair. Tattoos. A lot of people have tattoos, but maybe someone can have a sleeve or something like that. Gemini's 30-minute money reading that I did and I posted last night, it was about like a gay love power couple energy. And I was actually picking up on someone who had a sleeve tattoo, and sometimes the 30-minute and the 60-minute run together. So if that 30-minute resonates with you, it might also resonate with you. But this one might resonate with you. But the thing is, I was picking up on the tattoo energy in the 30-minute, but we didn't see the tattoo oracle card. It's just because my intuition was telling me that. We have West Indian and Lil Booty. Multiracial. I had a feeling that this one was going to come out. We have multicolored hair, so I do feel like someone who could be a barber or a Cosmo could be significant with these 2 hair cards here. And then we also have makeup and missing tooth/teeth. So some of you used to get bullied in school, but I also feel like some of you might run into a friend that you used to have a class with, or maybe someone that you met in college that you haven't seen in a while. Because you know how like you could really connect with someone, and then after the course is over, you say that you're going to hang out more, that you're going to see these people, and you never talk to these people again. But I feel like a lot of times stuff like that happens when people are at some sort of grocery store. So I feel like you might see someone from your past at the grocery store. So you're going to be able to tell that it's them because, first of all, I feel like you're going to feel their energy, or you're going to feel some sort of auspicious, clairsentient energy around you before this happens. This person is going to mostly look the same as you remember them, but there's going to be something about them that changes. I'm actually picking up a lot of things right now, rapid fire, of how this person is. I'm actually picturing like someone who's kind of like tall and dark skinned, and they have a big black afro, like a 4C afro. And I do feel like someone who does hair is very significant. So you pay attention a lot to stuff like that. Um, Ways that you can tell that this person, or ways that this person could change: they could gain weight, they could have bags underneath their eyes, something about their hair could be a completely different style than what you knew them to be. I feel like that's going to resonate with a lot of people who are black, because there's something I'm seeing about someone having a big afro, or maybe someone, they like to relax their hair, and then all of a sudden when you see them they have really long locks. So it's like they went through some transformation as well, where they changed their ideas about themselves, and it's going to show in the way, sorry, I was looking up at the bird. It's going to show in the way that they dress or how they express themselves. Something about this person, I won't say that they look terrible when you see them, but this person could definitely be a smoker, or there's something about their appearance that kind of ages them. And I feel like another change about this person is they could be a person who had kids. And maybe that's something that you always talked about with this past friend or this person that you used to know. For some of you, this person, you remember them saying that they didn't want kids and they ended up having some. First word that I'm seeing in here is dad. So someone could be a father now. Someone from your past. I don't know why pain and safe are sticking out to me. Yeah, and someone could be a esthetician, because I talked to you guys about how I like to use the charcoal cleanser, the brand Biore or Biore, and I literally see Biore in here. And that's funny because I wasn't even like planning that. And I also see pores here too, so yeah, definitely someone who's an esthetician could be significant. But I feel like I'm a licensed barber, so I know this. I know that certain occupations, like, you do it so much, or you get used to it so much, that you low-key judge people, not always in a negative way. I wouldn't be surprised if the judgment card came out or showed. But for example, I'm a licensed barber, and one thing that they taught us in school, not like my hair always looks good, but they taught us, like, when you become a hairstylist, sometimes you look at people like unconsciously and you're like, okay, so what would you do to make their hair better? Or what would you do to enhance what they already have? I would say sometimes I look at people when I'm in the store, and again, I keep channeling like being in the store, actually, like in the hygiene aisles of Target is what I'm seeing specifically. And I'll be like, okay, I like this bright color that someone has in their hair, but I could see their roots need a touch up. I can see that they might need to trim their split ends. And that's real. Sometimes, like, all you really need to do is minor changes to a hairstyle, and it'll make a huge difference. And then also, I recently got my phlebotomy certificate, and I have to apply to get my California license, but they say as a phlebotomist, once you go to school for that, now all of a sudden you're looking at people's veins like, okay, they're a hard stick, or this person has protruding veins, or if I was to draw blood on them, I would do it here. So I feel like someone has an occupation where they're kind of trained to be like very judgmental. And I do want to charm cast. I don't know if that bird that I saw was an eagle or not, but usually eagles give me air sign energy or seeing from a higher perspective, and I definitely feel like that's a synchronicity with this reading. Okay, what else do I see in here? I see fun. Someone could be going on a vacation soon. Someone's name could be Ebony, or someone with dark skin could be significant, because that's what I saw. Um, I do see mixed, and the multiracial card came out. I had a feeling that that was going to come out. I feel like someone could have had a hard time making friends because they're mixed, and I feel like very specifically they could be black and white. They could be biracial or mixed, like multiracial. But a lot of biracial people say that, you know, people always try to make them pick sides. And for Gemini, I do pick up on things like biracial, non-binary, things where you're either both or neither. And people are very stuck on trying to get you to be one particular way, but you're multifaceted. I see the name Aubrey. Okay. We need another you, but someone could have auburn hair too. Someone definitely did something with their hair. Someone's name could be Fiona, Kim. Um, Someone could be a big Beyonce fan. They could also be Creole, or they could come from Texas. Texas always comes out in the tiles. But I'm going to get straight into the tarot now. And of course, you can switch the roles as they apply to you. It could also be that you're the person who changed your appearance drastically. But when you work in the beauty industry, you know, we tend to do that a lot. And it's in my culture as a black woman in general to change my hair a lot. So it might especially resonate with someone who is black. So the King of Cups didn't flip out all the way, but I saw that it wanted to flip out, so I just went ahead and took it. I definitely feel like this is someone's ex, or it could be a crush that you had that you never made a move on. And I feel like you've been filled with regret, or you've been thinking about it so hard to the fact that now you are manifesting it. And here goes the fire energy with the Aries, Leo, Sag. We do have Ace of Wands and Ace of Swords out here. And fire and air actually go very well together. And of course, you're compatible with people based off of your level of healing and personality and other factors as well. Like your zodiac sign is not the only factor that makes you compatible with someone. But, you know, air and fire do have each other in the sextile, which means that it's the little asterisk placement that shows who you're most compatible with. So some of you are dealing with the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Three of Pentacles upright, Ten of Swords reversed. We have King of Cups upright, Six of Cups upright. That's that Mercury retrograde energy, things from the past coming back. And Ace of Swords in the reverse. So this is a very interesting spread to me. I do feel mostly positive energy, but here's the thing though. Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. So it feels like if you were in college with this person, this could have been a person that was in your class, and you remember there's like a group project that you did with this person that you remember for some reason. It's like stuck in your memory. Maybe you've been thinking about that a lot, but also I've been doing readings for people where it's like they went to school with a whole bunch of people, but they were the only one that ended up being successful and having a job. So because Three of Pentacles is about teamwork and Ten of Swords is usually a harsh ending, I feel like This could be someone, for some of you, who did not graduate. This could be someone who has a GED in high school, if you met them in high school. This could also be a person from your past job that got laid off, or there's something about, like, I feel like wherever you met this person, you had an easy time there, even though some of you, I am picking up that you've been bullied, but I feel like this person, they've had it very hard. But because I also feel like this King of Cups is that same person, I feel like they're very emotionally strong, and no matter what happens to them, like, they're still nice guy energy, or they're just still very jovial, or they're still kind to people. Because King of Cups is nice guy energy, this person, you might see this person and you might not be sure whether or not you should talk to them, but I think they'll start the conversation with you. And then you guys are just going to start reminiscing about a lot of past stuff. Could also be when you were younger, because there's kids in the Six of Cups. Someone could be talking about how they're a father now. But I also feel like there's something about, maybe not so much gossip, but misconceptions about a person. I feel like someone had you pegged wrong when they first met you, and maybe this is a chance where they get to know you more. Because you know how sometimes it can be awkward when you do see people from your past, like, sometimes they want to have a whole bunch of small talk with you and ask you about your life updates, but you really didn't talk to them that much, but you just know them from somewhere. It could be a case where someone all of a sudden wants to be buddy-buddy with you. And as far as the misconception goes, I'm picking up things like something about someone being a tomboy, or someone being queer, and someone's like, I didn't know you liked men. Or a lot of times when you're light-skinned, people associate you with being bougie, even if you've never said anything or done anything to prove that that's who you are. People can just judge you off of surface level stuff. And then someone could be finding out that you're like the coolest person that they've ever met, so down to earth. So I am picking up on gossip and bullying, but I also just feel like there's just plain misconception. So what's going on with Three of Pentacles upright and Ten of Swords upright? Right now we have Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, and Scorpio. Someone's name could also be Ander or Andre. Okay, Knight of Swords in the reverse. Hastiness. But also, Knight of Swords reverse could be someone who's clumsy, or someone who they embarrassed themselves in some way, or they did something that's dangerous. This could be a person that you knew at a past job and they got fired because they did something dangerous. When I used to work at Amazon, I was working seasonal the first time on the OP machines, and you're in risk of injury or death if you elevate yourself on the machine and your harness is not clipped to the hook. So it could be something like that. Maybe this person had a lot of write-ups. Not that I've gotten written up for that, but I just feel like that's what happened. Justice. But I feel like this person, like, they don't make a show out of things. I feel like they understand the concept of crime and punishment, or cause and effect. And I feel like if this is a person that dropped out of school, or if they got let go of a program, or if they dropped out of college, because high school you can choose not to finish. College, you have to drop the program or something like that. This person might have been bummed out, but I feel like they had a personality that was so easygoing that they just kind of like, it rolled off their back, but they still went through a very hard time after that. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, letting go of something, losing money, detaching. I'm clarifying this Justice card here. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So it could be something that has to do with money, like this person is not doing too well financially. Okay, let's clarify King of Cups here. Two of Wands upright, Five of Cups upright. Yeah, this might resonate with someone who's going to see someone from high school or college, because with this combination, it kind of gives me the energy of someone who might have been considering two different love options, and maybe someone's in regret that they didn't choose you or you didn't choose them, whichever one resonates best with you. My favorite song right now is Bad Habit by Steve Lacy, and he is a Gemini, and this is a Gemini reading. But it's like that energy, I wish I knew you wanted me. So you could have been cordial with this person or friends with this person, or you ran in the same circle, but it's kind of like puppy love, but nobody really said anything about it. And I feel like um now someone has the opportunity, because you came back around or they came back around. I will probably use like angel numbers or emoji oracle too, because the thing about it is I feel like you're doing well, so I just want to make sure that this person isn't trying to like reconnect with you to get something from you. Okay, I really don't need anything else to clarify King of Cups, but I just want a little bit more. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I was correct. So this is about you could possibly be single. This person can even be, they could be a father. Maybe they're a single father, or maybe they're connected to a person who they don't really have feelings for. And you could know this person, because I do feel like, you know who they chose over you. And usually in situations like this, it feels toxic, it feels third party related. I'm not feeling that for this reading. I feel like you really don't give a rat's ass who they chose over you, and you're not jealous or anything like that. But it's literally just a case of someone being at a time in their life where they were around multiple soulmate options, and they maybe there was something, I won't say that they weren't meant to be with that person, because maybe there was a lesson that they had to learn with that person. But I feel like right now they feel like you're a better match, and also you're doing very well financially. You might not be like, super rich or anything like that, but you're doing better than them financially. Okay, let's clarify Six of Cups upright. Also, with friendship and the fact that I'm seeing dad in the tiles, side note, what I'm getting is someone could have had a falling out with their dad, or they don't have the best relationship with their dad, and their dad wants to make peace with them. Okay, Six of Cups upright, Strength in the reverse. It could represent weakness, but it could also represent vulnerability in a positive aspect. Someone, I'm hearing they could have gotten in an accident. I actually heard car accident specifically. That could also be related to what I was envisioning with me working at the OP pits in Amazon. It doesn't have to be exactly a car, but some sort of vehicle. And with the Three of Pentacles, I do feel like something about construction or welding is significant. Some of you could have met this person in trade school, but they're not using their license. Four of Wands upright. I feel like with Strength in the reverse sometimes representing vulnerability, the vulnerability that someone wants to say is that they kind of see a future with you, honestly. Four of Wands represents stability. It also represents home stuff. And I do feel like this King of Cups might possibly be a single father, because there are two people in the Six of Cups, one little boy, one little girl. This person could have one of each. They could have two kids, but not obviously for everyone. What about the Four of Wands? This person might also just generally want to ask your advice on stability. And right when I said advice, I did see the Hierophant in the deck, but that's a marriage card too. Queen of Wands upright, they see you as a master manifester, but I also feel like they're attracted to you. And right now I am mostly picking up on feminine Gemini energy, but just take it as it resonates for you. For some of you, this person from your past could be a Leo female. Not for everyone. The Strength card in the reverse also represents Leo. Okay, what about Ace of Swords in the reverse? Ace of Swords in the reverse is clarified by the World upright. The World can represent completing a lesson, learning a cycle. I do usually see like graduation energy with the World card as well, or something that has to do with school. The World also represents the cycle of a year, abstractly. So I don't know. Sometimes with tarot, it'll take a while for the thing to come into fruition, or circumstances could change. This might be something that happens by the end of this year, if not next month. Or it's been a year since you've seen this person, or you might see this person in a year. They could be a year older than you. Two of Pentacles upright. Someone's very busy though. They have a lot on their plate. I feel like you're focused a lot on money right now. And then we have Queen of Swords reverse, which usually represents a person that's shit talking, a person who's brutally honest, not tactfully honest. I'm going to get more on this though. In a neutral or positive aspect, Queen of Swords or King of Swords, Page of Swords reverse could just represent someone who's quiet, or someone who has communication issues. I feel like with Ace of Swords reverse representing misconception, maybe someone, I know not everybody who watched this is quiet, but maybe someone thought that there wasn't much to you because you didn't say much, but I feel like they're learning more about you now, and also as they watch you online. I forgot to say that the World card could also abstractly represent someone being watched on social media. Facebook is usually the social media platform that like older people like to use, or like whenever people are trying to spy on someone from their past, they usually go to Facebook more than anything. So for some of you, you might see this person on Facebook, which is almost in the tiles if we had another O. And during Mercury retrograde, sometimes you could get friend requests from randos from your past, like people who you don't even F with anymore. And it's like, you know, we got bad blood. Why are you trying to give me a friend request right now? Like, as if you actually feel like I'm gonna accept it type thing. And then they try to subliminally talk to you in the goofiest ways too. Okay, the Tower upright, chaos and upheaval. I know the Tower represents more than that, but in this reading, especially with me looking back at that Stormy card, that's exactly what it represents. So I feel like this Queen of Swords reverse could be someone who was talking shit, and then they got karma, but also the Tower can definitely represent like a shitty job that has no organization whatsoever. This person that you meet, that you see from the past, again, they could be kind of like when you were working with them, if they were from your job, they were kind of like a Debbie Downer. Like they would always point out negatives about the company, or they stayed working there. This person could have outlived you as far as how long they've been at that job. The thing about this person that I'm picking up on, they talk so much shit about this job, but they won't leave the job. So what that tells me is this could be the type of person that's like, oh, I can't stand no mess. I don't like drama. And they're hella dramatic and they love messiness. Or what it can mean is this is a person that is still stuck where you left them in the past. And obviously, if that's the case, it's a high-end buy for me. Don't talk to this person anymore because they are going to drag you down, especially if they're negative. And I feel like this is the type of person that likes to make their problems and their shadows your issue. And I feel like for some of you, whoever this person is, you've outgrown them. And people see you as walking karma. I see Wheel of Fortune reverse, the Tower upright. So I get that when you were around this person, good things may have happened to them. But now that you've taken your energy back, I feel like they've gotten their karma too since you walked away. So if some of you use your discernment, because depending on the personality type of this person, if you get too involved with them, I feel like some of them are going to try to ask you for money that you really don't have, but they don't have the drive to, solve their problems themselves. Or it's like they're just an energy vampire. And I'm not saying this right after that to say that Scorpios are always energy vampires, but the Tower card represents intensity, and Scorpios are a very intense sign. So for some of you, I feel like this person can be a Scorpio. And Six of Cups is here, which represents the past, and that is a Scorpio card. Anything else about the Tower? The Hierophant in the reverse. Lack of commitment, someone who doesn't know how to take advice, someone who gives bad advice. The Hierophant reverse could also represent like divorce, separation, someone who doesn't listen to rules, or an untraditional marriage or bond. Someone could also be, I'm feeling like this is a woman. Someone could also be the type of person that's always talking bad about their husband to other people. And it's not uncommon for people who still identify as Christian or who go to church to watch tarot no matter what they try to say about it. So being that the Hierophant is kind of like a Pope energy, I feel like this messy person, they could be like an older black church lady. And I know that's very specific, but honestly, I've been feeling that for quite a while now in this reading. And then Page of Swords reverse too. This is a person, it's like they're so negative and they gossip so much. The Hierophant is also an older energy, so I feel like that goes with what I said about Facebook. Okay, I want to use angels, the angel numbers. I'm going to set angels and ancestors, but that's not the right deck. Someone's name could be Randy. And because I see safe in here, I feel like something about regulating your nervous system is very significant. I just feel like you can't stand being around people who increase your anxiety, or people who make their problems your problems, or people who just completely bring down your mood. If you don't already own citrine, I highly recommend citrine. Some people say, I know this is a Gemini reading, but I'm just saying because I'm a Cancer. Some people say citrine is not good for cancers. Like, I've seen mixed reviews on it online, but honestly, I would say that's my favorite crystal because of what it does for me, but also I like the color. Like, yellow is just a very happy color, but people usually recommend moonstone for cancers, or for anyone who like struggles with like mood or self-regulation. But honestly, in my experience, I feel like citrine does a better job than moonstone for me, so that's why I'm always raving about citrine. If you feel like you want more lighthearted energy in your life, you could, you know, put some yellow in your room, start wearing yellow more, light yellow candles. And that's also solar plexus energy. Yeah, I'm gonna use emoji oracle too because I'm seeing something sexual in here too. So I do feel like for some of you, this person from your past with King of Cups is not a player. King of Cups is romantic energy, and I genuinely feel that about this person. But some of you, I do feel like they have ulterior motives. And for some of you, they might want to sleep with you. So it's up to you whether or not you want that to be manifested, and just be safe and use your discernment. Someone could also have a maid job, just because I looked in the tiles and I saw Windex, but I also see maid. So someone could be a housekeeper. They could work at a hotel. That's going to be awkward too if that's your situation and someone wants to sleep with you, because you know how some people, like, you could be at work and then someone who you know comes in and they don't get the hint. Like, you'll chop it up with them, but they don't get the hint, like you have a whole line of people that you have to work or help, or like you can't bring personal stuff to work. So if someone works at a hotel and someone's trying to sleep with them, that's just like a very awkward situation. I don't know if that's going to resonate with anyone, but I just thought about it. Okay, and also Four of Wands could sometimes represent like a house, apartment, maybe even a hotel. So that might be a synchronicity for someone. So we have 99 Truth. Ace of Swords came out in the reverse, but I feel like someone is learning the truth about you, finally. It could also be that someone got involved, like someone was just telling somebody like rumors about you with Page of Swords reverse, Queen of Swords reverse, and someone doesn't, like, they're realizing they feel stupid because they didn't even know you. But I feel like they're very amazed by you right now, even in a platonic sense. 888 abundance, which is what you are in, but 888 also represents karma. Someone could have an angel number tattoo too. 66 revisit, so this is that past Mercury retrograde energy. These angel numbers that come out, they could be something in your phone number sequence. They could be something that you have on the outside of your house, your apartment number, maybe even the address of where you work sometimes. And then we have 44 stability. I don't really have to explain this one that much either too, because you know, that came out in the reading a lot. 6644 could be age numbers for someone too, but I feel like someone, they could be like in their 40s, 50s, 30s, but they don't look it. And I'm telling you, it's because someone has really good black genes, or someone has really good Native American genes in whatever way. And I feel like that might resonate with the person who's multiracial. But you know what? People's ways catch up with them too, though. I feel like someone, I won't say that they look terrible, but I feel like someone, you could definitely tell that they looked aged, but then there's you over there, you still look really young. Or, you know, someone could be having hair falling out and your hair looks really good. So I don't think you're really judging anyone, but in a negative way, but I feel like you're definitely going to notice things, especially if you work in a field where like you're kind of taught to examine people, if that makes sense. I also feel like you could be a psych major because I'm just kind of like picturing someone in their head thinking to themselves as someone's talking to them, how does that make you feel? Or just like analyzing everything that a person's saying. And that could also be why I feel like you've done a lot of shadow work since the last time you saw this person. Because in psychology, they talk about things like the ID, the ego. They talk about Sigmund Freud and things like that. And behavioral issues. Someone can also have a teaching career. Like maybe they went to college for English or something like that, and now they're teaching it. I'm also hearing someone, they went to trade school to be like a dentist assistant, and now they can't stop looking at everybody's teeth. So for astro alignment, we have Queen Kunks, dissonance, adjustment, discord. That's that tower card energy of things just completely going to shit like after you leave and you've been saved by the bell. So because I said saved by the bell, growing up in the 80s, you could be a Gen Xer, or this is definitely someone who you knew from high school. Series, self-care, wellness, agriculture. I am lightweight picking up on someone who you could be a gardener or you do something holistic, but also that's talking about self-care. And confirmation, because I literally just got a notification from Holistic Chamber of Commerce, which I'm not a member of anymore. We have Scorpio, deep, intense, transformative. Some of you are definitely dealing with a Scorpio. This person from your past could be a Scorpio. We have first house ruled by Aries, self-body presence. That's a synchronicity with beauty industry energy, which has been coming out for every sign damn near. We also have Taurus, tactile, grounded, stable. These could also be things that you have in your chart as well. Third house ruled by Gemini, communication, transportation, local community. So I feel like a lot of people know about you. So there's something about your social media presence. Some of you could work in transportation, like being a bus driver, Lyft or Uber driver, communication. Maybe you have a communications degree. Cusp, transition, liminality, twilight. So this goes with what I was saying about how your zodiac sign isn't just determined by the month you were born, but also the time bracket. Like, for example, if you were born on like June 18th, that would make you a Gemini Cancer cusper because you're closer to the Cancer cusp bracket and you would have almost been a Cancer. Versus if you were born like May 23rd, then that would make you a Taurus Gemini cusper. And we also have Chiron, core wounds, vulnerability, potential through pain. For some of you, I definitely feel like this person who you see from the past is going to be a person that bullied you. With potential through pain, I'm getting that their ways have caught up with them, and this is going to be someone who's going to try to be your friend. At one point, I saw Three of Cups upright in the tarot deck at the bottom, but Three of Cups or Two of Cups didn't come out. And honestly, it's up to you what you want to do with this information. I'm not saying one way is good, one way is bad, but I definitely feel like someone's going to try to kiss your ass, though. In all aspects for everyone, honestly, whether it's an ex, someone who could have been your ex but they never pursued you, a family member, a bully, an ex-friend, an ex-classmate, whatever. I just feel like they're glazing you a little bit. Okay, so we have the die here, and it landed on the number 1. And I'm sitting here, I'm trying to figure out what the number 1 has to do with this reading. You could be a life path 1 for 1. But back to that Two of Wands, the dice could represent risking something or taking a chance. So I feel like for some of you, definitely there could have been someone who you were thinking about just like casually dating during your college years. They might feel like they've chosen wrong, or now all of a sudden they're more interested in you as a love interest. So I definitely feel like you have someone like that who's gonna want to come back around with the silver platter and the little piece of the chandelier. I definitely feel like some of you went to a lot of parties in high school and college. We do have the eagle flying from a higher perspective, and I do think that I saw an eagle earlier. We have the me charm, so you've just been focusing on yourself. I can never tell which way is the right way when I'm looking at the camera. But with Nine of Pentacles, that's very self-focused energy, but not in a negative way. So I feel like you've just been minding your own business, and you could have the type of personality where people always want to hate on you, but you're not ever doing anything to people, but everyone wants to bother you. And again, we have Scorpio here, and it says passionate. We have M, the initial M could be significant. It could be your first, middle, or your first, last name, your nickname, or someone else. What else do we have? We also have Z. We have the football player fumbling the ball. That's that person that could have been your boo that chose someone else. And like I said, I'm not getting like a negative energy from that, or like they were playing games. And then we have RX. Someone unfortunately might have gotten into drugs. They could be clean, but I feel like you're still going to see the effects of it when you see them, and it's going to be in their face. Someone could also be in the medical field too, though, specifically a pharmacy tech. Someone, I keep picturing Target, so someone could even be a pharmacy tech at Target. We have Sagittarius, and it says optimist on the back. We have Cancer, and it says imaginative on the back. We have love is love. It's not just about progressive pride, it's also about interracial relationships. The multiracial card is an interracial relationship card too, to me. Love is love could also talk about two consensual adults in a legal age gap relationship. We have the phoenix rising from the ashes. We have the butterfly here, but we also have the triquetra. So both of these are like Scorpio 8th house energy. For some of you, there might be a Scorpio who's cross-watching this, but you have Gemini placements, or maybe you're watching for a Gemini. We have the umbrella, which could make sense with stormy. You can also come from a place where it rains a lot, actually. Someone could be from like Washington or Oregon. You could also be from the East Coast, literally. But that's just kind of like dark night of the soul or going through a hard time energy. We have the treasure chest, which represents generational abundance, but we also have the first place charm, which could represent a person being the best in their field or winning a competition. We have the wheel, which could represent the wheel of fortune or just focusing on your own life and what you can control. For some of you, this might be a person that you knew from like an Alcoholics Anonymous or a Gamblers Anonymous club or support group. Okay, we have the owl, which represents wisdom, which could relate to education. We have the unicorn, which represents uniqueness, standing out. We have the mountain, which represents overcoming obstacles, but also standing your ground, miracles. The mountain sometimes does give me Taurus energy because Taurus is known as being very stubborn. And like I said, not that all Tauruses are bad, because they're low-key one of my favorite zodiac signs. But there's something about this person, like, for some of you, this person has not changed since the last time you saw them. They're always going to be themselves. I mostly feel that in a negative way, but it could also just be like someone is same old, same old. Like this could also be like a person, let's say you live in the hood. This could be a person that you always see like around the liquor store or something like that. Or they're always at that same spot and they've been there for years. If you want to talk to them, you know where to find them. Like, it can even be outside of a barber shop or something like that. We have the crystal ball here, which represents, tarot reader energy, clairvoyance, something that you always knew was going to happen. Wheel of Fortune is here. It's in the reverse, which means that someone could be blocking their destiny. But I feel like this goes with that person from your past. If some of you watch a lot of tarot, or maybe another reader has said that, that person who was in that Two of Wands energy is coming back around, it's that person. We have Grace here, which could represent forgiveness, and I do feel like this is going to resonate with someone who goes to church. We have Faith, and we also have Pray. So I feel like if someone was in really bad shape too, another reason why this person could be coming back around, I feel like you've been manifesting them by thinking about them a lot or by praying for them a lot. This might be a situation where someone's still alive today only by your grace and only by the fact that you've been praying for them. So you're a very powerful spiritual warrior. I think last month I did a video, it was the 30 minutes that said that Gemini was going to give somebody some information that was going to possibly save their life. You might want to look in my Gemini playlist and watch that video too, because you might be the same person that reading was talking about. But I think this is all that I'm going to post for today because it is cold out here. My family, I can hear them. And I don't know. I just feel like I need to relax for the rest of the day. But hopefully you got something from this reading. If you like the way how I do tarot, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will see you guys on the next one.